Salutations, crustaceans. I'm Lobster, and today we are going to be reviewing the Marilyn from Offbeat Guitars. Let's check it out. This is the Marilyn medium scale bass from Offbeat Guitars. Offbeat Guitars is a relatively new guitar company out of Colorado, and their whole aesthetic is the simple, aged look. It's not like a relic look, but this is more of something that's just been worn in, and it's very cool. Big thank you to Offbeat Guitars for sending me this bass to borrow for review. I really appreciate it. I spoke with Micah, the owner and maker of these instruments, at length on the phone about, his design philosophy and what he does. And it's really cool that he's utilizing American-made pine bodies for all his instruments. And pine is an interesting wood that's normally not used in transparent finishes because it has knots and what some view as imperfections, though in my eyes, especially in an application like this, it gives the bass a lot of character. The body, as I mentioned, is a northern pine body finished in a transparent red. This is an oil and poly mix, so it has a very unique texture. The grain on the wood is also maintained. It's not really smooth, so you really feel all the grain and you feel the wood, and doesn't feel like a car or like a painted, glossy, new thing. I don't know, this feels like something that's been passed on from generation to generation, you know what I'm saying, with the look and the feel. This is something that's been well used and well worn. But in reality, this is a brand new instrument, and I think that's very cool. I also like that we're combining retro with modern. We have this cool aged finish with the solid brass pickguard here that's been aged, as well as the brass knobs and aged hardware for the bridge, the Godot bridge. And then we have the EMG pickup here, as well as the electronics. This is an EMG MM-CS ceramic pickup, paired with a master volume control, master tone control, and an EXB. This is the EMG EXB control, which is almost like a slap control, slap contour, which boosts the treble and the bass while scooping the mids a little bit from what I understand. Really cool, and I've never actually used this particular control on a bass yet, so I'm excited to show what this bass can do for all of you because it's a very unique configuration and it works very well. Moving on to the neck of this bass, we have a warmoth 32-inch scale neck. Again, this is warmoth, made in the USA, high quality stuff. We have a 1.5-inch nut width, or a 38mm nut width, basically a jazz bass profile, and we have a 10-inch radius, so a modern-ish jazz bass profile. Again, this is 32-inch scale, and we have 21 frets, so a very Fender-style neck. It's very comfortable to play, and I really like medium scale basses. I find them a happy medium between normal scale and short scale. The tuners that are used up at the headstock, where we see the Offbeat logo, are Godot Resolite tuners as well that have been hand-aged. Let's go ahead and turn this bass around now. Around back, there's really not much to see. I believe the battery cavity is under the pickguard on the front, so we have no battery door here. I guess if you really wanted one, you could ask for one, but it looks like the standard build does not have a battery door. We have, again, the beautiful finish here. We can see all the imperfections of the wood, the knot here and just the cool grain, and I just love the look of this. I also think that the finish here has a very pleasant aroma. It almost smells like that Cerac that I played that had I think that was an oil finish. So it's a really nice finish here. I like it. The neck attachment is a 4-screw off-center neck attachment. This isn't a standard Fender rectangle, but it's more angled to give you better upper fret access. That's very nice. And then we have a roasted maple neck from Warmoth, as I mentioned, and we can see the back of these Godot Resolite tuners. Now, how much does Marilyn weigh? That is not a question I would normally ask somebody, but this bass comes in at 7.5 pounds, which in my opinion is very well weighted for a medium scale instrument. It is also very well balanced, both in the lap and on a strap. And finally, how much does this instrument cost? I believe the Offbeat Marilyn right now is going for around $1,769 to $1,800, somewhere in that range. And in my opinion, that is the price of an American Professional 2 from Fender, but you get something much more unique, and the playability of this warmoth neck is just absolutely killer. Micah did a great job setting up the bass, and this was super playable out of the box. If you haven't seen my unboxing video, that's linked down in the description below. But I know you're all waiting for one thing, and that is for me to play this bass. Let's go ahead and do it. You all know what you need to do. Go ahead and push that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. This is the Offbeat Marilyn, and I think it just sounds great. This EMG MM-CS right in the appropriate stingray spot sounds like a stingray, and I like stingrays. Got a little lost in that there. Again, this bass sounds and plays just excellently. It sounds great. The neck is super smooth, easy to navigate. It's a warmoth neck, so the fretwork is solid as well. The edges are smooth, there's no fret poke, and it just looks gorgeous. I'm a sucker for roasted maple. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have a master tone control and an EMG EXB control, which is a bass and treble boost, giving you almost a slap contour. First, we're going to check out the tone control by itself, and then we'll check out the EXB. So what you've heard thus far is the tone at 100%. Let's go ahead and take that down to around 50. Now let's take the tone down all the way. Very nice. I believe these are the stock EMG controls and the EMG values. I could be wrong though, but it just sounds real nice and round when you take the tone all the way down. But when you open the tone up, you get that stingray bite. Now let's see if this EXB control can enhance that. So what you've heard thus far is with the EXB control all the way down, it's not really doing anything. Let's keep the tone up and take the EXB to around 50%. Very nice. It's not too boomy, but you still get a lot of added treble presence that gives you a little more snap. Now let's take it up all the way. very cool. I'm going to take that back down and let's grab our pick and play this with the pick a little bit. Where's my good pick? We'll use this one. Not bad. Let's take the tone down now, leaving the EXB all the way down as well. So the tone's at 50% and the EXB at 0. And here's the tone all the way down. Let's take the tone all the way up now and bring the EXB into the mix, bringing that to about 50%. Wow, I think the EXB with a pick really opens up this bass tonally. I think you get a lot more bite and just some nice grit to it. I dig it, I dig it. Now let's take the tone, or the EXB, up all the way. Full boost for the EXB, tone at 100%. Very nice, very nice. I think the EXB enhances the tone nicely, giving you that fat mid-scoop and that boost in treble and bass. I dig it. Let's turn that back down now, tone up all the way, and let's see how she slaps. This bass slaps really well. I think the 32-inch scale just gives you a little bit more play in the strings and makes for a joyful slapping experience here. I am really enjoying it. We're not going to take the tone down, but instead we are going to use the EXB, take that to about 50%, and slap it again. And here's the EXB up all the way. Very nice, very nice. I'm going to leave the EXB at 50% for the next portion, where we are going to throw some drums behind this bass. my final thoughts on the Offbeat Marilyn. I think this is an excellent bass, especially for the price and being made in America. It's really cool to see that a small shop like Offbeat Guitars can really get off the ground and kind of carve out a niche for themselves in terms of their aesthetic and their build quality. I think that these are a stellar option at the around $1,800 price point right now. Between this and an American Fender, I personally would probably go for the Offbeat. I think that the unique styling, quality craftsmanship, and quality components here, we have Goto hardware all around, as well as EMG electronics, and I know some of their models use Nordstrand as well. But regardless, we have quality materials, quality components. I think Offbeat is doing a good thing. I guess some minor design points are that you need to remove the pickguard for either a truss rod adjustment or to replace the battery. So what am I going to rate the Offbeat Marilyn? I'm going to rate this bass 4 claws out of 5. I think that for a made in America option, this bass is priced extremely well, made of high quality components, great hardware, great electronics, and the build quality and attention to detail is top notch as well. I like what they're doing with their finishes, and they're doing a unique touch with the relic hardware and just the finish design. I think the overall aesthetic here is like Fender-esque, but something of its own as well, and I appreciate that. Be sure to check out Offbeat Guitars, they're linked in the description below, and their basses I believe are being sold through Reverb. I know they have the Marilyn bass, and there's other models like the Jacqueline as well that I believe Bully the Kid was sent, so be sure to check out his videos as well. But that is it for the Marilyn from Offbeat Guitars. Let me know what you think of this bass down in the comments below. I also really think that Mika is adding a lot of value here on... I also think that Mika is adding a lot here, and this isn't just a part space that's cheaply assembled. There's a lot of attention to detail, both with the aging / relicking of the hardware, as well as just the general assembly and setup of the instrument. And BB likes it too. But that will do it for this review of the Offbeat Guitars Marilyn bass. Let me know what you all think about this bass down in the comments below. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord channel, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about Marilyn from Offbeat Guitars. And as always, until we groove again,